never forget who you are. Your culture, your beliefs, your principles are what brought you here, and they will keep you grounded, and they will take you home. Understand the new culture you are now part of. Find the value in it, learn from it.
Elements that work in favor of the volunteers were also outlined to them by Lionel Kaigo, Peace Corps country representative. Volunteers were urged to work on them if they desire success for their 2-year tour of duty in the Smiling Coast.
Element number 1 that will work in your favor is community integration. Element number 2 is working hard on your local language and being able to speak the local language. Element number 3, people-to-people relationships. Element number 4, on-the-ground presence. And element number 5, respect and patience.
The development was news welcomed by the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare and the Ministry of Environment.
It is gratifying to learn that the health sector training focused on several of the ministry's priority intervention areas, which you have highlighted, including, of course, reproductive and child health, which is a major preoccupation, including, of course, maternal, infant, and young child nutrition.
As the 18 Peace Corps volunteers prepare for service in the interior Gambia, this was the general message directed to them. Go to your new sites, help change someone's life, and in the process, your life will be changed. For GRTS News, I am Winifred Nicole Hadibe.
Experts from the sub-region have concluded a 3-day meeting in Banjul to discuss the technical review meeting of the Health for Peace initiative for the prevention of blindness in the sub-region. The convergence was organized by the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare in partnership with West Africa Health Organization WAHO and Sight Savers International. Uminjai reports.
Was set up in 1999 by 4 West African states, Gambia, Senegal, Guinea-Bissau and Guinea-Conakry. With a combined population of 18 million, the initiative is built to promote peace within and between countries through cooperation in various health initiatives. At a meeting in Banjul in May 2001, technical experts of the 4 countries recommended that the prevention of blindness should be identified as the 5th program within the Health for Peace initiative. It is against this backdrop that a 3-day technical review meeting was organized for ECOWAS member states on the prevention of blindness within the sub-region. The recently ended sub-regional meeting seeks to fasten regional integration in West Africa through improved governance in eye health.
We in the Gambia, we're looking at how WAHO, together with its partners, can support our regional eye care health center and then make it basically functional so that it can serve its purpose.
The construction and establishment of Sheikh Zayed Eye Care Center and the development of district eye care services were notable highlights in the HFPI PBL initiative. The center serves as a cornerstone for excellence and training for eye care in West African sub-region.
There could not be ready recipes or magic formulas on most effective initiatives for the social, economic and political development. But I believe open and serious discussions could be a step forward in finding the best answers. I invite all of us to be open and creative in our ideas and proposals.
The government of the Gambia has provided possible support to the sub-regional initiative. This support was clearly demonstrated through positive action and not mere pledges. The head of Sight Savers in West Africa said the Sight Savers has already built in partnership with the Ministries of Health of the 4 countries who mobilize support for the development and implementation of the prevention of blindness component of the HFPI, with the construction of a regional center was one of the 4 components. He further noted that the eye care unit only served 1.2 million people in the Gambia, but later reached out to the rest of the population living in the 4 countries. With their concerted efforts, the issue of blindness will soon be a thing of the past in the sub-region. Uminjai, GRTS.
And one of Africa's leading singers pays a tribute to the late Nelson Mandela, whose remains arrive in his birthplace for Sunday's burial, and the son of Mali's president on the campaign trail ahead of the second round of legislative elections. More on those stories and others after this short break.
Under the distinguished patronage of His Excellency the President, Chef Professor Dr. Alhaji Yahya AJJ Jammeh, Sambaba, renowned musician, is launching his long-awaited album entitled Alin Samba Kekendolia Fonye Kenilai. The album is dedicated to the Gambian leader, His Excellency Chef Professor Dr. Alhaji Yahya AJJ Jammeh, who is also the chief guest of honor. The grand launching is happening live at the Jama Hall, KAIRABA Beach Hotel on Friday, December 20th, 2013, commencing at 8:30 p.m. with a live band performance by Sambaba and the Alin Samba Band. It doesn't stop there. Then the following weekend, there we come Kenilai. Tickets $200 is only. Come out and support Gambia's rising star. Proudly sponsored by GAMTEL, GAMCEL and the GRT.
Welcome back and off to the international stories. A week-long official tribute in honor of the late South African president has ended, and the remains of the late Nelson Mandela has arrived in his birthplace in Kunu, where he will be buried on Sunday. Earlier in Pretoria, comrades of Madiba in South Africa's liberation struggles paid their last respects to their hero. We have details in this report.
It was 1:30 in the afternoon when the plane carrying Nelson Mandela's remains landed in Tata Airport. His coffin was escorted by veterans of the ANC's armed wing on the last leg of the journey. The airport is 30 kilometers from Kunu, where Nelson Mandela was born and where he will be buried on Sunday. People started lining the roads at dawn to pay their last respects.
I'm sad. On the other side, I'm happy because he did many things for us as children of South Africa. So we're grateful for that.
For me now is to be in heaven, because God take all the best people to heaven now.
Earlier in Pretoria, ANC leaders also paid their last tributes. South Africa's national flag was replaced by that of the ANC, Nelson Mandela's banner, as he fought to end apartheid. Nelson Mandela's widow, Graça Machel, and his former wife, Winnie Mandela, were present, along with Nelson Mandela's former comrades from the Communist Party and the Kasatu trade union.
Please travel safely.
We'd like to say to Madiba, go well, Tata. We have played our part, we have made our contribution.
A week of official tributes has ended. Nelson Mandela will be buried next to his parents and 3 of his children on Sunday in Kinu, in a traditional ceremony where only his family and selected leading personalities will attend.
Mandela's life has been celebrated by people the world over, and many, particularly musicians, ensured his life in prison at the notorious Robben Island jail was not spent in solitude. One of the continent's music icons, Senegalese superstar Youssou N'Dour, says Mandela's story inspired him. We have more in this report.
In 1986, apartheid was a way of life in South Africa, and the world dealt with it as such. In Senegal, young singer Youssou N'Dour sang about a political prisoner whose face was largely unknown, locked up since 1963. The South African freedom fighter inspired the young Senegalese musician.
C'est l'image que c'est possible.
Mandela transmitted the message that it was possible. Mandela told us it is possible to reach the top of the world from Africa.
du monde. C'est ça qu'il nous dit.
That's what he told us.
Moi, quand je me mets devant un truc,
now when I begin something,
j'ai jamais de complexe
I have
devant
no
un Américain
complexes
avec qui que ce
about
soit.
dealing with